Nick Cannon out at Viacom, 45 in his comments about police brutality, and a name change going on in Washington. Hey, these subjects and other subjects on this week's edition of Straight to Tape. Let's get started. Giving you a slice of unapologetic conversation. Welcome to Straight to Tape. My name is C. Perry Elysia II, the Mr. Fantastic of podcasting's Fantastic Four. First, the comedian, professional joke slinger, Tico de Gallo. What's good, Tico?
You know, y'all motherfuckers talk about it. I motherfucking live it. All day, motherfucking every day. Shout out to Bernie Mac.
No, that was like three motherfuckers in 10 seconds.
He didn't turn to Samuel L. Jackson out this bitch.
Damn, that was hostile as a motherfucker.
With a little slice of Bernie Mac up in there. You saw the head move back and forth. That's that Bernie right there. It makes motherfucker a little less intimidate when you put the head nod on it. You know what I'm saying? When you say like motherfucker when your head like you go forward like that, motherfucker, then you know you're serious. But when you like motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? You can't take it.
Oh yeah, that head forward is like somebody about to catch hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so, yeah, I got you.
Love y'all motherfucker.
And
motherfucking love.
The first lady of S. Lord, motherfucker. Anyway, the first lady of S2T, the quintessential hip hop mom, Keisha with a Y. What's good, Kate?
What's up? I'm cute and smart and I cuss, motherfuckers.
There it is. Nailed it.
There it is.
Oh, we only have 17 left.
Nailed it. Yeah. Nailed it.
16.
You're 16? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we gonna have an MF count today? That's what it sounds like. It sounds like it's gonna be one of those shows where we have an MF count.
Either that or an MF off. MF off, or we just go for it all show.
You pretty happy today. Normally you're the one that's counting, Rob.
Yeah.
Well, today
if you can't beat them. If you can't beat them.
Today is that day that motherfucker just describes everything.
Yeah.
Today, week, month,
and
6 months.
And of course, our social media assassin, number one, Rob Maximus. What's good, Rob?
Man, I'm in the building. Of course, ruggedly handsome, geekishly intelligent. And I'm the chosen one that is here to bring a balanced perspective. I'm going to make you motherfuckers think. I think that's 15. Yeah, that's 15, I believe. But yeah, I'm trying to make you think, man. We're gonna bring balance and we're gonna light fires where we need to, and we're gonna put out fires where we need to. That's straight to tape. That's what we do, unapologetic in this motherfucker.
You took two. That's not fair.
It's not fair. Let me stop,
and
man.
Of course,
might be kids watching.
And of course, as always, joining us, the host of Intelligently Ratchet, which you can find 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Wednesday nights on Facebook.
Sorry,
the Bishop.
Standard what?
Eastern
Standard
Standard
Time, mother.
He says,
Eastern Standard Time, motherfuckers. Damn it. Bishop Omega. What's up, Bishop?
What's going on, my motherfuckers? I hope y'all having a motherfucking great motherfucking time because
We're gonna run out.
I mean, really.
I've got to use motherfucker 12 motherfucking times. I'm gonna use my motherfuckers when I want to motherfucking use them. Thank you.
Ah, you motherfucker.
I tell you what, listen, if you're listening to us live right now and you're in the comment section, please let us know you're here. Announce your presence and just type motherfucker in the comment. Any variation, if you're in the comments, just any variation of it, just let it fly in the comments.
Let it go.
Mickey
Let it
Ficky.
Yo,
Lord,
most people know that one, Keish. Mickey Ficky.
Do y'all remember Mickey Ficky?
Sounds like a record
Right
scratch.
when it came on ABC.
Right. when they finally debuted "Do the Right Thing" on TV, all of the words were Mickey Ficky.
Mickey Ficky.
Mickey Ficky. And they in some places they replace nigga with brother. You're my brother, man.
Right.
You're my brother.
Right. I see y'all in the
Mother
comments.
Grabber. Yeah, Mother Grabber used to be my favorite. You remember Mother Grabber?
Yeah, Mother Grabber.
You would hear Mother Grabber, Mother Lover. You know,
Mother Lover.
those
Mother
are my
Lovers.
favorites.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Mickey Ficky is the greatest censorship of all time.
Yeah, Mickey Ficky.
I don't know, Rob. I have to go with that what with that Orbit commercial when that chick said, "You lint liquor."
That was good. That was a good one.
That is disgusting.
That was a good
That was
one.
a good one.
That makes my mouth just get juicy. You know, like how your mouth get juicy before you about to throw up.
Oh man, that backwater.
Mother father though.
I see y'all. Look, I see y'all motherfuckers in the comments.
Look at that.
I see you motherfuckers. Yes. Let's go.
Hey, Raphael, what is it in Spanish?
Yeah. Raph, do that. Do that for us.
Raph. Yeah, Raph.
Mickey
What is it?
Ficky.
Yeah, Spanish version, bro.
Lynn says she remembers Mickey Ficky. Yeah, man.
Juicy mouth, right, Karsten?
All right, guys. Look.
We do have a
let's
show
go
to
ahead
do.
and get-
We do have a show to do.
Hey, thank you. We have a show to do. We don't want this to go off the rails from the beginning, just because of a curse that we all like to use. Okay.
Right. Oh my goodness.
Raphael, that is not Spanish.
Hey, Raph, what is it in Spanish, bro? Type it in the comments, bro. All
What
right,
if
go ahead.
motherfucker in
But look,
Spanish?
guys.
What?
Look, guys. Whoa. And I'm putting it up there right now. So in Spanish, it is.
Chingada madre.
Chingada madre.
Chingada madre.
Chingada madre. Okay.
It's all right. My kids say maricon the other day, like I didn't know what it meant.
Word.
And it just like in some conversation we're talking or whatever. And I said, sir, he's my best cousin kid though. And I said, where did you learn such language? He said, I learned it from you, Mom.
Oh,
Got it from you, Mom.
Oops. Here we go.
Oops.
Well,
that's my favorite.
But guys,
that's my
look,
favorite
let's
drug commercial.
go. But look, guys, let's go ahead and get started with today's topics.
Mhm.
Go.
So
today's special.
let's start it off the way. Yeah, let's start off the way this week pretty much started off, and that was with Nick Cannon.
Oh man.
Nick Cannon.
Let me check his
Cannon-
Instagram real quick. I meant to do that before the show to make sure that man
Yeah,
is still
go.
alive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure
Somebody
he's
do a
okay.
wellness check on him.
We got to check on him. But earlier this week, Nick Cannon and Viacom parted ways. Okay. During Nick Cannon's podcast, he had Professor Griff, formerly the Minister of Information for Public Enemy, on his show, and during the discussion, let's just say some things were said that were looked at as anti-Semitic. Okay, Nick didn't apologize. Viacom, cut it off, and it was kind of weird. I'm on this past Tuesday. So I got my remote. pulling up the guide, and it says Wild and Out. So I turn to VH1 and I see old episodes of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped turned upside down.
I said some shit about some whites, and now my shit is out of sight.
Oh.
So look, a lot is going on. A lot has gone on with that this week. After he got cut loose, Nick had some some things to say. Later in the week, he apologized for what he said for the offensive remarks after talking to rabbis in the Jewish community. Then social media went off on him about apologizing in the first place. And that's the reason why we have to do wellness checks for him right now, based on what he said after he got quote unquote canceled by social media. Okay, panel, what are your thoughts about
bullshit?
Not only what he said, but what he does going forward.
Do we have a quote of it exactly what he said?
It's too long for. I mean, it's too long.
Yeah. Well, I think. Look, let me tell you, man. Him on this suicide watch thing, man. I hate to play conspiracy theorists and all this other stuff, man. But
but you're going to.
I am.
And it never stopped you before.
Do it.
And Nick Cannon, man. He apologized to the Jewish community, and they decided to keep him as a host for the Masked Singer.
The Masked Singer.
Yeah, so he is still doing that. So in order for him to sit here and to say that he's in some kind of deep depression about this and about to kill himself, I most seriously doubt that. And you also have to remember that he has a documentary about to come out. You know what I'm saying? That he was piggybacking off of Nipsey. And Nipsey had happened to pass, and all this just happens to just coincide that Tom Hanks is still missing.
Hold on.
Wait, is Tom Hanks really missing?
Hold on, yeah.
No, he's not. I seen him.
Tom Hanks is
I saw Tom Hanks on the Today Show. He was on Good Morning America like last week. He's okay.
And he was on the Tonight Show with not Jimmy Kimmel. I'm forgetting his name. Not Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Fallon.
With Jimmy Fallon. He was on with Jimmy Fallon this past week. So no, he's not.
Jimmy Hoffa. He was on with Jimmy Hoffa. He's missing.
CGI. He gone. Ellen gone. Obama gone.
Bro, what are you talking about, man? What you talking about, bro?
They gone, man. They gone. We ain't seen them. They gone.
I don't know. About to cut his mic.
Anyway,
I'm about to choke you. I'm about to choke you,
bro. Please don't start rumors, man. Just on some bullshit, Tico, man. Come on, bro.
Am I?
I'm about to choke.
Am I?
That's how rumors.
Am I?
That's how rumors.
Am I?
Nigga, you don't even know.
Is it?
You don't even know if it's a rumor, nigga.
Where they at? Look, you got me. You got exactly where they at.
Is this the last week of Tom Hanks is missing? Because you mentioned this shit last week too,
right?
Exactly.
So apparently he's not missing.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Anyway,
we can stop this madness. Where are we? What are we talking about?
Focus back to Nick.
Anyway,
okay.
Look, man. As far as Nick and as far we don't know. He's a very smart dude, real smart businessman. I don't know if this has affected him to the point where he has to be on suicide watch.
Nobody said that,
TMZ did.
They did?
TMZ, yeah.
So, well, we know.
And so it's like, dude, I mean, I don't know. He's still working, and he's fighting for the rights for his show. So I don't know.
Now, does he have a legal leg to stand on as far as him getting that show?
He's co-founder. He's co-founder of the show,
but he sold it to Viacom,
which you shouldn't have did.
I don't know that contract. I don't know how that rose. I don't know it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure the contract says for such and such millions of dollars, you relinquish. It's just basic. You relinquish all hold and title to the brand and activities there within of Wild and Out. You own nothing anymore.
Ethan's
We'll
got
continue to
things-
pay you a salary for
Word.
being on the show, but you're no longer own it because we own it now.
So when he
Steeple
bounced,
fingers.
so when
Steeple
he bounced
fingers.
from station to station, it was still owned by Viacom, the show.
The stations are owned by Viacom.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Well, good luck on that, Nick. You know what I'm saying? And it was a great idea, and I hope he gets it. You know what I'm saying? I hope he gets it.
Well,
Look, I think you're going to have to take this one as a loss. As it relates to getting the rights back to Wild and Out. Okay, I mean, he went into business with a conglomerate. Okay, a conglomerate that owns what half of the cable channels that we watch today.
Right.
Okay, that's a loss, and that should be taken as a loss. It's not like he is held back.
Mhm.
I think when Nick messed up, can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so I think what Nick messed up was here. It's like you can have your personal beliefs, but as a boss, if you're a boss,
thank you.
You cannot say certain things. You know what I mean? Because what it is this right here. Nick, of course, you know what I mean? It's almost like being newly Christian. Like this new black wokeness is like being newly Christian or newly Muslim. It's like, you know what I mean? We've all had that person that made that transition and they so far ahead. You're like, yo, chill out.
But this isn't new wokeness. Like NOI has been Louis Farrakhan has been talking this for a long time. Like he had plenty of time.
I'm speaking of Nick Cannon.
Oh, well, he had plenty. That's what I'm saying. He had plenty of time to get educated on this subject and how this subject intersects with and would affect his well-being, basically. So he made.
Well, Key, I mean,
like
look,
y'all said he's intelligent. I would hope that he made a conscious thought about how this would affect him. Just having Griff on the show. Like how it would affect him, because a lot of times, black people some black people that try to be edgy, and it's just like, eh.
Well, you think about it though. Think about when we all wound up with this newfound wokeness. It was when we hit college. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nick went back to college and got his degree. So you know what I'm saying?
So, you say he's newly new. He's new woke.
He new woke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yo, sister, let's build. Let's build. I want to build. Like, let's build. Let's build. That's so 25 years ago.
Got these incense, queen. You smell like Muslim oil, queen.
In fact, let's finish this up so I can go get me some oils from the black farm, the black queen, the black flea market.
Peace queen. Let's talk, you know what I'm saying? Supreme mathematics queen. You know what I'm saying?
Build this math, yo. Let's build this math.
What's today's math? You know what I mean?
Knowledge, born and understanding.
Stop it.
I'm out here smelling like Drake Carr and sandalwood.
Hey, look, he don't eat pork.
No,
but he chain smoked the fuck out some Newports though.
Pork for Newports. I traded pork for Newport, son.
Smell like a black bookstore. Like, you know what I'm saying? Smelling like the way Talib Kweli look. You know what I'm saying? Like you.
But
smelling like the fresh paperback of Beheld the Pale White Horse.
Hey, look, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna actually take I just moved a couple months ago, so I haven't unpacked my books, but I'm gonna take a snapshot of the books that I bought around 25 years ago when we were in our newly wokeness.
Oh, listen,
you know
listen. Y'all don't know nothing if y'all don't know that Robus Maximus was the biggest conspiracy theorist that ever was known to hip hop mandom. Like for real. Like we would sit in basements and he would just spool conspiracy theories.
His doctrine.
Unend, yeah. Oh my God!
While we all high,
but
in amazement.
Dre said, "Hold up." Dre said he still got his. You still got your copy of Black House and Whitewash. I had the abridged version, the of that book. and I was running off copies like ad nauseum, like y'all got to read this shit right here. And then I read it a few years later and was like,
what the hell?
This is some of the dumbest shit I have ever read in my life, yo. Like some of it in there is like so far like reaching and unsubstantiated and unresearched. But whoever the guy that wrote that book, he actually came out with a bigger, like a real, and I bought the book. And bro, some of that stuff is just anyway. So I make that comment to say that Nick, I want to bring it back to Nick. He's newly woke, and I think to some extent Deshaun Jackson too, you know, because he got in trouble just a few days before Nick did, and for pretty much the same thing. And if you listen to what, that's why when Tico said, well, or Keisha said, well, do you have a copy of like a quote of what he said? And I'm like, nah, it's too long and convoluted, because if you listen to what Nick was saying when he was having the discussion with Professor Griff, he sounded like he really was just piecing together what he had just learned himself. Like he didn't really have a full grasp on whatever it was that he had learned in his wokeness. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So,
but I think we're digging too deep here. I saw they were listening to the interview, read some articles or whatever. I really don't think that anything that Nick said was necessarily anti-Semitic, unless you're looking for something that should be considered anti-Semitic, and that's all I'm gonna say about it.
I'm gonna say this right here. Like, first of all, like our Jewish brothers and sisters and everything like that have always been super sensitive when it comes down to anti-Semiticism. You know what I'm saying? Is that even a word? Check that, Rob. You know what I'm saying? I think I made
you catch a pass for that, bro. You got to pass.
They get to do it, but we don't get to do it. We have to get over the shit. Like they get to do it, but again,
it's like this. It's like, but again, they do have that. Yeah, like you said, they got enough money, they got enough power and everything like that. And you're absolutely right. So anytime it comes up, they have always been on the forefront. So I mean, it's going to be the kind of the same thing. Like once we start realizing our wealth and everything like that, and we get to that standard of living and we start controlling things, we ain't gonna let that shit pass anyway. We poor as shit gonna let the shit pass. So we know we kind of understand where it's coming from. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Maybe Viacom was extra sensitive to Nick Cannon's plight, you know what I'm saying? And maybe someone in Viacom couldn't get, because Nick has been very vocal, right? And maybe they got tired of it. You know what I'm saying? Because we get those non-allies and be like, man, I'm tired of hearing about the black plight. And then they just found that excuse. And I think that's what happened was like they pieced enough of it together to be like, boom. And it was enough insensitivity there to be like, all right, man, we're gonna get rid of you. Which is okay, fine. You know what I'm saying? If you can do it across the board, that's okay, Nick. You know what I mean? I think what Nick tried to do, Nick tried to get on, you know what I'm saying, on Professor's level and was trying to be with him. And it's like, nah, just be Nick Cannon. Let him do all the talking.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then you answer questions, even if you did that, because again, I go back to the point is that if you employ people, you have to watch what the fuck you say, because you're affecting hundreds of people's families. You know what I'm saying? So you're being a detriment, you know what I'm saying, to that. So my thing is,
he should have known better. He should have. That's all I'm going to say about it. He should have known better.
Yeah, you got to know better. You got to know better. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you only read 2 of the 3 books that you got to read. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I mean? You got to read the whole story, Nick. You just can't be out here. Everybody knows meme logic. You can't use meme logic anymore, Nick Cannon. You know what I'm saying? That's my new joint. Meme logic and meme knowledge. Can't use it.
Meme logic.
Yeah. And Candy, I really do think, and this is the thing about
I like that.
Assessing how a company reacts or how someone reacts. We don't know the whole story. Like, didn't he just have a little bit of trouble not too long ago? Like a little bit of controversy.
Who that? Nick
Cannon. Didn't he have a little bit of controversy regarding how black people are treated? I swear I'll look it up.
That was when he left. That was when he left America.
Yeah. That's when
That
he
was
left
when he.
America.
Yeah, that was when he left America's Got Talent.
America's Got
Right.
Talent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Him and old girl
Gabrielle Union.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's always already, and not to
Gabrielle
say that
Union.
wasn't a viable cause, but they're probably already on edge, like waiting.
But
You know what I'm saying?
We have to understand the business of Nick. Nick has been doing shit since Nickelodeon. You know what I'm saying? So this whole TV world, he is vastly knowledgeable of. You know what
That
I'm
is
saying?
a good point, Tico. That's a good point.
He's been in this game for a long ass time, and for him, we all look at Nick and we look at the, you know what I'm saying, the funny shit that we seem to be funny, or the fucked up shit. He was married to Mariah, divorced Mariah, but at the same token, this dude's, when it comes to business, he's smart. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how the headphones, I don't know how they sound, but you know what I'm saying? He's rocking them. They're still going, so evidently they must sound pretty good. So he's doing what he's doing, and doing this whole COVID thing. He murked in. He said, "Okay, well, this will be a time for me to jump into my podcast joint, and I'm getting into my podcast. I'm still doing the wilding out, trying to get this together, and yo, man, this business, and it's just like Omega said, man, this business, if you don't know it and you just strictly going off, okay, well, I'm a funny motherfucker, or I can sing, or I can, you know what I'm saying, I can rap, and this is what I do, and you don't know the ins and outs, the who's, the players, who runs what, who's doing what, and what you say can stop you. You know what I'm saying? And I know that Castle, and I'm not taking nothing away from Nick. I'm not taking nothing away from him. I mean, he felt the way he felt. He said what he said. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know how true this is, but when I was online, Oprah said, "You can come to us."
Nope, that's not true.
Diddy said, "You can come to us." I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't know if it's true or not. So I know Diddy said, "You can come to us." There's a whole nother platform.
Well, Diddy.
He reached out.
I was going to say Diddy did, send out something in regards to, him coming over to Revolt. Okay.
Right. See, the thing about this, P, but the thing about this, P,
just to wrap this.
I'm gonna wrap it real quick, T. I'm gonna wrap it real quick, but to say this, television is almost obsolete. He doesn't need that platform per se. As long as if you think about it, more people look at Wildin' Out on YouTube than they do on fucking regular television. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the dude's not lost. So it kills me when people sit here and they put all this stuff on him, like, well, poor Nick, he's going crazy. He's doing this. Yo, he has other avenues to do what he has to do. And I know he's gonna be good. He's all right. You know what I'm saying? It's a lesson to be learned. Everybody said some shit. Mel Gibson said some shit, and I just saw him in a movie not too long ago. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hollywood will slap you on the wrist, tell you, hey, not give you no work. And then all of a sudden, as soon as you say, I'm sorry, maybe touch your toes, you know what I'm saying? They'll let you play.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. I mean,
Mel Gibson had the best soundbite. That was the worst soundbite of all times. I hope you get raped by a pack of niggas. Like, that shit was offensive as fuck. I was like, that's cringeworthy. First of all, why we got to be a pack? Like, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Why can't we be a group? Or, you know what I'm saying, a pod? I think a pod of niggas should be the group of, you know what I mean? That's what I think. You know what I'm saying?
There's also the interview with Roger Stone today, which was one of the weirdest shits that I've ever experienced in my life. He is on a podcast, iHeartRadio. His name is, the interviewer was
Roger Stone. Dag. Right there on the tip of my tongue.
He said Roger Staubach.
Mo Kelly.
I did not say Roger Staubach. It's Mo Kelly.
Yeah. He was on with Mo Kelly, and there seemed to be some audio issues, but there really weren't. So Mo Kelly is like asking him questions, peppering him with questions about his release, and basically trying to make him say like, yo, dude, you got released because Trump is your friend. but he wouldn't admit to it. And so then Roger Stone kind of drops out of the interview, the sound drops off a little bit, and you can hear him it sounds like a pocket dial, but it's not, obviously, because you were just talking to this dude 2 seconds ago. And Roger Stone says under his breath, I don't know why I'm arguing with this Negro.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But then he goes on to talk about how Marcus Garvey is one of his heroes and he's trying to get a posthumous pardon.
Okay.
Marcus
So you
Garvey and a pardon.
Yeah, it was real strange. So
what did he say? Keith? What? You there?
Yep. He sure did. He's like, you keep dropping out. You keep dropping out. And Mo was like, my sound is fine. I could hear you the whole time. I thought you said something about a Negro. I would never say that. He was like, all right, we let the audience sit. So I had to rewind it. I was like,
he did say it.
I don't know why I'm arguing with this Negro.
At least he used Negro.
Right.
He could have said moon cricket.
Yeah.
Moon cricket.
I'll say this. When you're, when you are a boss, I can understand when you have a platform and you feel that, you should be able to say you should be able to say what you want on the platform. However, if it does offend, you just got to deal with the repercussion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's what bosses do. Right. That's what bosses do. Now, move on. 45. Do you see the not the interview that he just did with Chris Wallace? That's going to take a little bit too long to unpack. Okay. But he did an interview earlier this week with I believe it was with CBS. And the question of death at the hands of of police officers and black people. And what was said from our president was more white people are by the police. Thought.
I would like to say this right here. That's what I was talking about right there. That is meme knowledge. You know what I'm saying? That is acquiring your knowledge from memes and social media without doing the work yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So it's like this, because if you look at like what I've been able to do is take a step back, right, and look at when we have talked about police reform and everything like that in America and everything like that, and I look at the same phrases are being regurgitated every time.
It's like they have a handbook.
It's a handbook. It's a handbook listing or whatever. So I'm gonna take this right here out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's at the end of the day. It's when we talk about, because a lot of people, what we need to start doing is this right here. We need to start blaming America itself, because I think what we're doing, we're trying to put too much onus on on white people. Okay, listen, because there are white people and there are people that happen to be white, and they're all getting lumped in and they're feeling defensive. So when you say, yo, this situation is an American problem, which is America, which is everybody in America, lawmakers of America, regardless of race, creed, color, and everything like that. If you say America, you have a problem with people of color. Now if you jump into it and you want to argue, then only hit dogs holler. Like, you throw a rock in a pack of dogs, and the one that get hit, that's get holler. So you feel guilty about it. That's why I think we missed it. We should have said, yo, America has a problem. And then this is the same thing. It's like, then these people that have a problem with the change that is trying to be made because of that power struggle, right? They're afraid of losing that power. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it like this. The American white male is close to losing the stronghold that he has had in America for numbers of years. And that's scary.
Bishop, they don't think we deserve to be in America. Like, multiple internet confrontations, civil discourse discussions that I've been in, they don't fucking think we deserve to be here. They think we're lazy, and this is meme knowledge, but it's true. Right. They think we're lazy since we stopped working for free. Like, that is the overwhelming, like, people like this, it is the overwhelming ideal that they have about black people, when they probably know absolutely no black people.
No.
Or they might know John down at the gas station or whatever. They know one. They don't know any, and they don't look at our lives on the internet. We're not on TV really.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Our lives, our struggles aren't on TV. Like,
and it
we
hasn't
don't get
been.
to see ourselves. It
Right.
hasn't been. They don't think we deserve to fucking be here.
America
And that shit amazes me.
They
It amazes me.
They can't be mad. They can't be mad for the simple fact if they wanted us off of here, they sure could have took us back. You know what I'm saying? Just as much as they rounded us up to bring us over here, they could have rounded us up to take us back.
Exactly.
But
what it is this right here.
But
what it is
not.
This is what goes down. This is what goes down with the meme knowledge and everything like that, because people take someone that they think is smart, because what you want to do, you always want to listen to the cool kid in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's people things like, if Straight to Tape did this right here, if we purposely went on ahead and say, you know what, we're gonna make a misinformation show, and I'm gonna tell you, everybody that looks at Straight to Tape,
let's do it.
That everybody looks at Straight to Tape, we're gonna have a following of people that are not that trust us, that trust Straight to Tape to give them a non-biased situation. And we say, you know, we huddle up together, it's like, yo, we're gonna do just a misinformation show, and we put out shit that we get from all the books that Rob has in his closet. You know what I'm saying? We could come out and we could come with this strong, intelligent sounding argument, right? Which is bullshit. And what it is this right here is people out there smart enough to know that I'm the cool cat in the room, and I want to be divisive, and I don't want to see certain things going to change. So I'm gonna put that shit out there, and people will grab onto that shit, because you know what it is? It's the narrative. It's a narrative right now. If you want to believe that Sonic is a god, guess what? There's a whole internet presence that says Sonic the Hedgehog is a god, and it has a whole religion behind it. If you want to believe that, you know what I'm saying? So I tell people, I look at it like this right here. There's a book. If you want to believe something, there's a book there that will substantiate your beliefs. There's a book for it. Mm-hmm. There's someone out there that thinks like you, that's saying, which might not be absolutely true.
Well, you know it's part of confirmation bias now that we have such instant access to everyone and everything and so much information. Like you said, I can think that people with smaller right big toes are sent from the gods and they're meant to rule this world. And I probably can Google that shit, and a group somewhere on some platform exists for people that believe like me. And that example is harmless, but to people that think that Black people don't have a right to be here and that we need to go somewhere, wherever that is damaging, because these people are our doctors and lawyers that are supposed to be representing us fairly, and mortgage lenders and the police and the judges and the district attorneys. Like, that shit's not cool at all. Like, that racism, and I'm not even gonna call it racism, I'm gonna call it bias. That bias is prevalent throughout all networks that provide equity and long-term growth, and it provides generational wealth, like the means to get to generational wealth. All of those systems created in America are permeated by people and controlled by people that don't believe that we have the right to do so. Right.
I put it like this. Everyone's seen the movie Planet of the Apes, the new rendition of Planet of the Apes. Everyone's seen this, and I hate to compare Black people to apes, but it's going to happen right now. What I'm gonna say is this right here.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. It's like this. The apes went into the Red Wolf Forest and built their own community and didn't want to be fucked around with. Right. They didn't come out of the shit, but what the humans do, they went in there and started invading their shit. What happens if they would have left the apes the fuck alone? You know what I'm saying? It was as simple as that. That right there is Tulsa, Oklahoma in itself. You know what I'm saying? It's like this. I won't have to. We don't, like, you can look at Caesar, you're like, I don't want to fuck with y'all. We over here, we in this area, leave us the fuck alone. Y'all dying from us. Listen, we understand. We over here. So what it is this right here. Why attack them? Why attack them? Now, if you can understand, if you can sympathize with the apes and Planet of the Apes, then you understand what the American issue is. That is the problem right there. See, it's what people don't want to do. They don't want to take these common sense measures and then apply them because you agree with it in one place. It's like socialism. You know what I'm saying? You can agree that socialism, you can say socialism doesn't work, but I'm gonna tell you where it does work in our American military, because everybody that's on the same rank gets the same pay. So what I'm saying is this right here. So if you like, because we can agree charges and all that stuff that we can see that there are people that know how to work the military, as my brother and everything like that does. If Rob is in the same rank that I'm in and we're on the same level, he's a trash man. I run finance. Tico is the dude that hands out the balls at the court. If we're all E5s, guess what we get paid? We get paid the same amount of money for that. But we can agree if we come into America and you're a trash man, I'm in finance, and he's handing balls out of the gym, we're going to get paid different. But that's where capitalism and socialism comes in. And it's like this. That's an example of where people are trying to make arguments, because you got people in the military that says socialism doesn't work. It absolutely does. That's how you pay your bills, because of socialism. It's built into the military. You know what I'm saying? So, and at the end of the day, it's ideals just like that. When you think that it's different, it's not. If you can sympathize with Save the Whales, then you should be able to sympathize with Black Lives Matter. Because if you can grasp the concept behind Save the Whales and not saying that damn the sea lions, then you should be able to grasp the concept of Black Lives Matter.
That is a perfect analogy. But I think we all decided this week that I'm not going to be arguing no more with these white people on the internet. Like, they know better. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, Save the Whales. And that commercial comes on TV with the crying dogs and shit. And they donate or whatever. And they may save the whales. They may adopt the tiger, that lost its claws in Africa. But you can't understand why the fuck Black Lives Matter is important.
But like you said, so it stands to reason. Like we have to deal with this. So to your point, Keisha, as far as like being all on the internet arguing back and forth with white people trying to explain racism and how it's a thing. And I hate to politicize this because but other people politicize it. So damn it, I got to deal with it. Mm-hmm. So it seems like it's white conservatives, not all of them, but a lot of them are the ones that are talking a lot of that shit that you say, Keisha. They don't believe that. They actually don't believe that racism exists. Like they either are completely ignorant or I think they know, but they choose to kind of gloss it over. You know what I'm saying? To your point, Keisha, they know. You know what I'm saying? We're giving them the benefit of the doubt for being smart. We ain't calling y'all stupid.
I'm not the only one they've run into either. So like I know, I just know that you're not willing to kind of open your mind and understand the plight of people that don't look like you.
Right.
Because, go ahead.
No, it's a lot of white conservatives and their black mouthpieces, because you got a whole bunch of them out there too. You got a whole bunch of these black conservatives that all they do is they take their cues from these mainstream white conservatives and they parrot their points. And what you have is those same black conservatives getting these huge followings. And then you have other ones that are looking at these ones that are blowing up, like Candace Owens and some of the other ones that are in the news. Like I said,
what's the chicken boy's name?
The what?
The chicken boy. What's his name?
I don't know.
Chicken?
Yeah, that little dude.
Don't give him any credence. Don't give him any
I'm not.
credence.
I ain't trying to put his name
Continue,
out
Rob. Yeah.
But
Continue, Rob. Continue.
Somebody say chicken.
My whole thing is, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta. It's the new hustle. This new black conservative, and I lean right on a lot. Y'all know you know what I'm saying? I'm a moderate, but I lean right on a lot of stuff.
Right.
But I'm also that conservative, that black conservative that can call out bullshit no matter what side of the partisan divide it lands on. And see, those are the conservatives that I rock with. And I said this on one of my personal lives before. I rock with those conservatives. The ones that I can't rock with are you black conservatives that just sit there and are mouthpieces for white conservatives.
Again, there's a lot. There's
you
a
mean
line
Rob,
there.
Rob, you mean the grifters?
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, grifters.
Grifters. The
Okay.
grifters. Okay.
Okay.
Because it's the hustle. It's their new hustle.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Is that a wrestling reference?
No. Because like you said, it is a new hustle because some of them have blown up and it's not a huge niche for it. So when you see some of these so-called black conservatives, the ones that are the black mouthpieces for white conservatism and white supremacy, those particular black conservatives, they get elevated and they blow up for a time. Let's look at let's take Stacey Dash for example. And somebody need to take their phone off vibrate and get it off the table and shit.
Sorry,
thank you.
Tell me what to do with my phone. This is America. I can have my phone anywhere I want to. I don't want to wear a mask.
What I'm saying is, yo. What I'm saying
Rob,
is,
back to Rob.
Go ahead.
Chill.
Can I fucking talk, please? Can I talk?
You good?
Okay.
Go ahead and talk, bro. Go ahead and talk.
What I'm saying is, and just like Rap said, the desperation to be relevant. It's the new hustle. It's the new hustle, and some of them are blowing up, and you got these ones that are just social media popular. They haven't made it quite yet to the national stage, but at any moment they can bubble, depending on how many white people catch on to their show and start loving them for saying shit that, you know what I'm saying, they feel like they want to say to black people, but they can't. So now they got these black puppets that say that shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Only to be held up by the racist white conservative to say, hey, this person that looks like you agrees with me. You should agree with me too.
And just like you know, like statistics, you know, there is no absolute truth because none of these people that claim they got all this truth that can't be refuted, they really don't come with documented sources. They come with more talking points. You understand what I'm saying? Textbook talking points that white conservatives agree with. So again, they get propped up because they're basically fiddler from the roots. And then when you can do stuff, when you can do stuff like when you can do stuff like no, y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. I'm not saying your name. I'm not saying your name because I choose not to, but you know exactly who the fuck I'm talking about. And I'm not scared of nobody. Don't do that shit right there. I'm not scared of none of you motherfuckers. Okay?
I'm scared of you none.
All right. So what I'm saying is, you know, again, it's the hustle, and in a way I can't knock it. Right. This is capitalism. But what I'm saying is, come on, man, don't be that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Don't be that nigga that just, you know, thinks that you have absolute truth because white people agree with you in mass.
Panders to his base.
Yeah,
panders to his base.
You know, because your base eats the shit up doesn't make it absolute truth.
It's like toothpaste. It's like toothpaste commercials. It's like toothpaste commercials when they say 9 out of 10 dentists, you know what I'm saying? Agree with this product. But what about that last motherfucker? Nobody asked.
Who's that dentist that don't agree with brushing your teeth?
Like
there's one dentist out there that says
nobody
you should brush your
wants to
teeth.
sit there and figure out why that dude said this toothpaste isn't the shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we're all taking because somebody said 9 motherfuckers agree that this toothpaste is the shit. But this one motherfucker said no. Why? You see, that's the thing. Nobody wants to go back and see that one why. You know what I'm saying? To see why he feels that way.
Yeah.
You feel me? I feel you.
Was it the taste? Okay. Was it something about the texture?
What was it?
What makes you not agree with the rest?
Well, as a 10th dentist, they didn't give me my bag. You know what I'm saying? They didn't pay me enough to say that this shit was good. You know what I'm saying? I asked for a number. They didn't give it to me. I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what
I'm not going to agree with people brushing their teeth with this toothpaste. Not going to do it.
But yeah, I'm saying, man, it's gotten to the point where it's ridiculous. I mean, I understand the hustle, like you motherfuckers, like, you know, you want to blow up and have, you know, have the adulation and approval and pats on the head and rubs on the back from your white conservative people that you look up to. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but there is, like, I've said this a million times on my personal, I've said it here. If you are conservative, do you be that? If you support Trump, do you be that? I don't care. That's you. That makes you special. That's you. That's your right to individuality. But please don't just politicize it and make a partisan, take a partisan perspective on shit so blindingly, like to the point where you can't. It just makes you indecent as a human being. Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I said it in a few shows ago. Like, I'm okay with, and it's the whole policy and politics. Like, politics should be about policy. It shouldn't be about who get it. Like, overall, like in a better world, we should not have to make policies around who gets treated equitably. Like, we shouldn't have to do that. So, all that aside, policy for politics. Like, a lot of the shit we're talking is moral and emotional and a whole lot of other things that don't involve fiscal policy and how to run this country, how to run your state, how to run your city. Like, put the policy back in politics. And the fact that I don't agree with you is the basis on policy, not all the other bullshit we have going on, but on policy is the grounds for making good governmental decisions. And an equitable line through the dissenting opinions of those that are tasked to make the laws for our country and our jurisdictions.
But how do we go ahead, Kate, go ahead.
However, when you get into, well, they shouldn't be doing this or they shouldn't be doing that, you can't police that. Like, I don't give a fuck whether my neighbor has 8 elephants in there and he's getting fucked every night. That's not my business. It's not taking.
Damn, by 8 elephants though.
Yeah, but it's, you know, that's extreme. But it makes no difference in the money that I make, how the laws apply to me, whether I have a roof over my head and food on my table. It does not affect me. And where we run into problems is that you, opposing side, are trying to police me, my skin color, and how I live when I'm not breaking any laws and it's not taking any money out of your pocket.
You're right. How you think and all of that type of stuff.
How you think I should live. You have no business.
Or just how you think, period. Like, you're supposed to, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. But the funny
thing about it is that is why this country was founded. That is exactly why America was founded. Because the king wanted to police every fucking, like my mama said, fart and fizzle of how people live. They left and they founded America to say, hey, here are the laws. Here's the structure of how we should live. Go live.
Right. And it's all about, go ahead, Rob. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Make your point, and I'm gonna come in real quick, and then we got to move.
Well, yeah, and no, I'm saying, like, she's absolutely right. But you know what I mean? It's America has always been that a dream for certain people, right? And then this is what we get into the play of, is we jump back to the systematic racism that has said that has set up white privilege. And I'm gonna give a quick example of white privilege. We could talk about right here in Raleigh, where the mixed racial family or whatever got a note in their mailbox saying, "Don't bring that ghetto shit to my neighborhood." That's white privilege in itself. That is, if y'all don't know what white privilege is saying, I can write a letter that tell you how to live in my neighborhood. Whoa. I didn't know you were
not my neighborhood, in our neighborhood. Like,
our neighborhood.
I pay mortgage and taxes in this neighborhood too. It's my neighborhood.
I pay HOA fees. You know what I'm saying? I wish somebody would tell me I can't barbecue with my black ass. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be less black in this neighborhood. Then I'm paying the same amount of mortgage and whatever you're paying, and you get to say you can't work, you can't do certain things in this neighborhood. Nigga, you suck my dick. That's all I gotta say.
Right.
That's all I gotta say on that.
You get to say. You get to say.
So Lynn said the Black Lives Matter Foundation and the Black Lives Matter movement are two very different. I've been saying this like nobody.
Beginning.
So when you try to say something about Black Lives Matter to try to what's that supposed to do? Piss me off? I don't give a flying frozen fuck about the Black Lives Matter.
It's in their manual. It's in your manual.
I don't give a fuck about them. But the overall ideal, the overarching ideal that Black Lives Matter, especially in the climate of this country right now, what's been going on recently, that's what I believe. And I believe that Black Lives Matter. And again, when people, when these white conservatives and their black mouthpieces, when they hear when you say all lives matter, when you say Black Lives Matter and they come back with all lives matter, it doesn't if Black lives don't matter as well. If all lives matter, like why do you say that shit in such anger?
Right, all lives matter. Why are you mad at all lives matter?
Oh, I can tell you.
Come on, fam.
Because you're tone deaf.
Exactly.
That's why.
Yeah.
It's a tone deaf statement instead of listening, sitting down, talking, and actually working shit out.
If all lives truly matter, then it doesn't piss anybody off.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? To hear that Black Lives Matter,
What the fuck is a blue light? I want to know we saving Smurfs right now from Gargamel. Well, you know what I'm saying? Because those are the only blue lives I represent. Is the cute Smurfs. If you're talking about blue lives and Avatar and the Smurfs are only two blue motherfuckers I fuck with. Everybody else is blue kind of evil.
It's amazing. It's amazing that you say that, Rob, when everybody says all lives matter. But then again, you can't tell me I can't wear a fucking mask in Walmart. You can't tell me where I can't wear this and I can't do that because we got a fucking pandemic going on around this bitch.
But I'm
fucking damn pandemics. Fucking pandemics. Fucking Trump.
Yes.
Why we sitting here on this shit right here? Trump on the underline is out here doing ill shit to the motherfucking CDC and shit. That's
Tico, did you see about the lady that peed? Did she either peed or shit in a store when they told her she had to wear a mask? You done cracked your ass because you done cracked your ass because they told you to wear a mask.
Bars.
Anyway,
the thing about that is, I personally, I can't shit on command. I don't know how she did that. Like she just bent down and just popped the shit.
She already had the shit.
You know what I'm saying?
She was with the shit.
Listen. Once again, just because the base that you pander to, the base that you get your pats on the head like a good little conservative Negro, the ones that rub your back and that co-sign every dumb shit that comes out of your mouth, just because they say that Black Lives Matter, the organization and the movement are one and the same, does not make that absolute truth.
It's not.
I don't give a fuck what you say.
It's not.
I don't give a fuck what you say. You feel me? I don't rock with the organization, and I have that right and freedom to. I don't give a fuck about the organization, but Black Lives Matter, goddamn it.
Because it's
that's the bottom line.
It's like this. What we're saying is right here. And I want to say this to the conservative Negro too. We're trying to save your life too, stupid ass. It's like this because you could come out and guess what? You get the wrong cop to pull you the fuck over. Guess what? It don't matter how many motherfuckers you got behind you and how safe of a Negro you are. Your ass is getting shot. You're gonna get shot. So you know what I'm saying? Whether or not you're doing it in any other place, because guess what? Because what they're going to do is this right here. Because everybody got a pass, and I hate when this shit comes up. Everybody has a pass. They want to bring up the person's past when something happens and everything like that. Well, he did this, that, and the third back in the day. What I'm gonna say is this right here. Who in this motherfucker right now? I mean, in these comments right now, I bet you we probably got 10% cokeheads. We got people this motherfucking had statutory rape on their shit. We got people this motherfucking robbed, stealed, and killed. And guess what? What I'm gonna say is this right here. And now, if you get shot tomorrow, if you got shot tomorrow from something you did in your 20s when you were making mistakes, then guess what? You don't deserve to get shot. You don't deserve, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about all my, my people of color in here. Because guess what? All of us have something that we shouldn't have been doing. You know what I'm saying? And when you put that out there, like, I've been perfect, like, you have not. You have not. You got some fucked up ass views. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You guess like this. Guess what? I believe if you come into and you take a woman's you rape a woman, you should be shot in the fucking face. That's what Bishop Omega's belief. Now, if you paid your debt to society, you got your therapy and everything like that, you went out there and maybe it wasn't that forceful ass, rip the panties, Saturday morning, Saturday night horror movie rape. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Hold on. But what you did was when she said no, or you got her drunk and then you didn't have your way with her, that's still also rape. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about it. It's no difference. You're raping.
That's the second time Bishop has said some shit about some rape on this motherfucking show.
Is the second time? Oh shit, my bad.
Who's counting? Who's counting though?
Who's counting? I'm setting up for.
I see you.
I'm setting up for my point. But at the end of the day, it's like this. Everybody has skeletons in their closet. We've all done things that we hadn't to do. And at the end of the day, we shouldn't have that stuff brought up if we got past that point. You know what I'm saying?
Bishop, it's just like I said a couple of episodes ago. Me, when I was younger, I did some stupid shit. I stole gas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I stole some fucking gas. I had to go downtown. You know what I'm saying? I get booked and all that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? If I happen to go down the street tomorrow and get shot by a police officer, a white police officer, and they say, well, you know, Chico stole some gas.
He's a criminal.
He's a bad dude, but not knowing that, hey, number one, I wrote a note to the people that I stole the gas to them and told them that, hey, I apologize. I was just being young and dumb. Please don't, you know what I'm saying, think that all black people do this. I just did it because I was young and dumb. I had the money in my cash. I'm in my pocket. I was just showing off for a chick and my cousins and them. And we just fucking just did some dumb shit. So if I get shot by a police officer and that happens to come up, do I deserve that shit?
No.
Is that what you're saying? I'm saying to people. Is that what you're saying?
First of all, police don't shoot. In the police job is, guess what? The police job is to apprehend criminals. It doesn't say police go out there and shoot criminals. Now, if we had a police force that said we kill all criminals, guess what? You got what the fuck you deserved, right? But since that's not in it, they're not out there to kill criminals. So guess what? If a police person shoots you, it does not matter what your criminal activity was. If you were not a danger at that point in time, or if you weren't trying to kill an innocent person, or if you were a nonviolent offender, if you didn't have any weapons on you, then guess what? Anybody shot by a police officer, black, white, purple, whatever, should not be. That's why I'm saying I'm not calling it. I'm not calling it a black and white issue. I'm saying that, you know what we need to do? We need to reform our police, not defund them, reform. Now, if that says, hey, because what I'm going to say is right here, with police shootings and police brutality, I'm going to say this right here. If you made it harder for police to get guns, if you said, listen, because again, I said this earlier on, if you take all the guns, like what police officers carry right now, Rob? What type of guns do they carry?
It depends on the department. I think Durham is carrying. It depends on the department. Like the sheriff's department carries Smith and Wesson,
right?
45. It depends.
Okay, so we'll say the Smith and Wesson 45. That's a what? $400 gun.
Thereabout.
Okay, cool. So we got a $400 gun. If you do this right here, 80% of the police officers cannot have $400 guns. What it is, if you multiply that by the amount of police that's in the police department, guess what? You don't need to defund the police, because you can take that money and put it otherwhere. You know what you could do? Put that shit back into training. So what you do is you train the police officers to deal with situations that come up to the point. And then it's this right here. Then you hold the police accountable. If you say, Hey, did you pull your gun out on a non-violent suspect? Yes. Guess what happens? You're fired. Why? Because you pulled a gun out on someone that was a non-armed. You couldn't see that shit. And see what we do is this right here. When we do these things, we set these things up. Guess what? That's police reform in itself, and it stops shit like this from happening. Because I'm gonna say this right here. Some of these cops are fucking afraid, and you know why they're fucking afraid is because of America. America has perpetrated that black African American, especially big African American dudes, are intimidated and we're dangerous. Yeah. So when you do this right here, and
these cops are the little ones that got teased in
yeah, exactly, school. And they got alienated, and that's, you know what I'm saying, and everything like that. They might have got beat up and all that stuff. So what I'm saying is right here, and I'm talking about for anyone. Because, yes, white people get shot by the cops also. Because why? Cops are fucking afraid. So what you do is this right here. You say, okay, if you're afraid, I still going to give you a job. I'm just not going to give you lethal force. Now, if you run into a situation when you say, hey, yo, we need the guns, we should have a special department of gun-carrying police officers that have been trained up, that are also paid a lot of money, hazard pay and all that stuff. So when you go from your $40,000, and then when you get a cop that carries a gun, he's making $80,000 to $100,000 a year. Mm-hmm. It's a difference there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because he's went through training, and guess what? Then you send the good people in that's trained for the shit, and then you bring in all that other stuff. That's all I'm saying.
That's a lot of time right there, Bishop.
And guess what?
I mean, don't care. But look here, dude. But they have a lot of non-lethal shit. The police officers have a lot of non-lethal shit. And I'm telling you, dude, if a motherfucker shoot your ass with a rubber bullet, and I guarantee you 9 times out of 10 motherfuckers out here do not rocking no fucking bulletproof vest or any shit like that. If your ass get hit with a fucking damn bean bag or a fucking damn rubber bullet,
you will stop that shit.
You will feel that shit. I don't give a
and
you know
multiple large countries like America, highly populous, do the same thing. Like their cops don't have guns. They don't carry guns. Cops don't carry guns in the UK.
No, yeah, you know, I'm kind of on the fence on that one, because now you're starting to encroach on my personal Second Amendment.
Rights. The police don't carry guns.
But if it's a slippery slope. It would set a precedent.
Hold on, Rob. What I'm saying is this right. I'm saying this right here, because what we're doing is this right here. We're getting people that are mentally lower tiered and not able to handle situations. Then we're giving them guns. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You as a gun owner, you know what I'm saying, you have to go through a certain psych evaluation and everything like that to do that. If you can't pass a fucking psych evaluation to, you know what I mean? Because we got cops out there that didn't pass their psych evaluation getting pushed through. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying don't give those people jobs because they want to serve and protect. You know what I mean? They might be a little off, but they want to serve and protect. What I'm saying is this right here. Don't give them lethal force. Give them the taser, give them the mace, give them rubber bullets. I don't care. You should give them laser tag guns. What the
rubber,
fuck ever.
Baby bug.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care. But you know what I'm saying? Brass knuckles at the end of the day. But what I'm saying is this right here. What we have to do, we have to take the guns out of people that are potentially, because if I'm crazy, I can't go right now to Walmart and get me a rifle. You know what I'm saying? Well, I can't get a gun permit if I'm out of my mind. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, because what you do is this right here. You do that training, because what happens then is it now gives that person extra responsibility to do the right thing. So when it comes down to prosecution, you've been trained to be here.
I got you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yo, Rob, last point.
Now, first of all,
go ahead.
Never pour a glass of that new Canada Dry bold ginger ale and try to drink it on the air. That shit goes right up your nose. Anyway, that's why about 5 minutes ago, I was over here like, no,
where's the mute button?
Nigga, this shit is like pepper spray, nigga.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Have y'all had that Canada Dry bold in the anyway?
No. I heard it wasn't that strong, Tender Hands, but
it is. Please don't call me Tender Hands on the air. That's private.
Let's delve into that.
now we gotta explain that shit.
Anyway,
next week's show, tender
You
hand.
explained it last week. So if they watched last week, then they'll know what happened, what tender hand means. You were on the whole show.
At the grill, yeah.
Bishop, you were on the whole show, yo.
Was I? I was.
So anyway, my hands are made for loving. My whole thing again, man. I just want to wrap this up by saying, man, like as vehemently as we may disagree on the partisan divide and all that type of stuff, man. I just want to appeal to people to be don't let your partisan politics make you an asshole. Please don't be that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Don't be the type of nigga that, like, we posted on the Straight to Tape podcast Facebook page a tribute to John Lewis, who just passed away, a civil rights giant, a dude that risked his life basically to multiple times for civil rights, for black people to have the right to vote and all that type of stuff. And so some motherfuckers can get on social media and sit there so your black ass can parrot white conservative talking points. So don't be disrespectful when we make a tribute and you put a little bullshit shoulder shrug emoji because you don't give a fuck that he died. I don't care if you don't agree with his politics. Like, come on, the dude was a civil rights giant and he got his ass literally kicked bloody by police.
Yeah. Like he's your parents' age, right?
Right.
He's our parents' age. Like, I don't understand how you could possibly say anything disparaging about this man at his death. Like, fuck you.
No,
like, really?
No. Like, what I'm gonna say is this right here, shit, bro. What I'm gonna say is this right here. I'm gonna tell you this right, because on the same point, like, people were saying, "Yo, I hope." Damn! Stop drinking and stop. You're hurting yourself.
Shit. Put the Canada Dry down, Rob.
Put the Canada Dry down.
God. Put it down. Put it down.
Gosh. Okay. All right.
But to get to my point, it's like this. When people were, because I went to bat for Trump on something. When people were like, "Yo, Donald Trump needs to die," I'm like, whoa. He doesn't need to die. That's a person. He got a family and everything like that. You might not agree with his views, but don't wish death on someone. You know what I'm saying? Because death is some stuff you can't come back from. You know what I'm saying? And if you haven't experienced death, and you know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of people out there that want to play around with death. What I'm gonna say is right here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you this right. Most of the people that were out there, you not no killers. You're not gonna do that shit yourself.
Right.
You don't know. You don't know what it is. You don't know what it is to be no killer. So you don't know what it is to take to wish death on a person. Like, death threats are fucking asinine to me. Like, for real, some shit that you don't agree with. You want this motherfucker dead? And guess what?
You don't know me. I know you.
Exactly.
So yeah.
You don't stop. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like this respect. It's like this respect that a person, and especially when it comes down to a civil rights person, when it comes down to, first of all, niggas that did anything in civil rights, you should not argue with as a fucking black person anyway.
Fuck you, Chad.
Yeah, he is. He's dying.
Hey, check it out. Yo, I added more liquor and it worked. It worked. I was just drinking straight ginger ale. I was.
Why are you doing that to yourself?
I just wanted some ginger ale at the time, but now I put some more Buffalo Trace.
You don't look like you have any ice in there, though, friend.
No, I don't.
That's probably it's probably a hot soda too. It's like
it is. It's hot. It's hot.
Guys, let's move on. Okay, so the pressure finally got to Daniel Snyder and them. So the pressure finally got to them to put out an announcement this past Monday that they were suspending, getting rid of the Washington Redskin name and moving on to a different name.
Wait, stop. Nobody gives a fuck about the name change. There have been
hold on. I'm getting to that. Chill.
Keisha.
chill,
Keisha.
chill,
Keisha.
chill, please.
Stop
Chill,
T-boning
okay?
motherfuckers,
Chill.
please.
With your shoulders.
Chill, okay? Chill, all right?
Making a point. Here comes
Okay.
Keisha.
So after pressure from from FedEx and from a lot of their other sponsors, so they're finally walking down that road of making a change. And then it was probably about Wednesday that this word was coming out about about some things that were getting ready to come out in regards to Washington. And a lot of fans were sitting up here thinking, hey, maybe they're gonna hint to the name change, maybe it's gonna be something else. And then Thursday, Keisha, here we go. Keisha, go ahead.
Go ahead, Keisha.
You
got it,
Go ahead,
Keisha.
Kate.
They're gonna call them.
You got the floor now.
This is your moment.
There are at least 14 or 15 women who have accused different people within the Redskins organization of sexual and harassment based on
Right.
their gender.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And of course, to your point, Key, we get it though. Like, fuck the name change at this point. Like, that was the important news. You know what I mean? Until this shit dropped.
However.
Woo.
So, all right. So it was on Thursday night that the Washington dropped. Yeah, it was about 15 women who had previously worked for the Washington organization. They alleged sexual harassment and verbal abuse by former scouts and members of the owner, Daniel Snyder, of his inner circle.
Wow, so they're gonna change the name to the Cosby Cougars.
What the fuck? Oh man!
And look, and it even named names. Okay, a former director of personnel, Alex Santos, a former assistant director of personnel, Richard Mann II, and even one of their longtime radio play-by-play announcers and senior vice president Larry Michael. And Larry Michael, who is actually a legend as it relates to being a play-by-play announcer, he resigned last week after this all dropped. Okay, guys, all right. Now you got an organization that's trying to get some, that's finally looking to go down the right path and get rid of a name that's been toxic for generations, going back to the owner, the man that started the Washington Redskins, who was extremely racist, who was the last. Remember, Washington Redskins were the last team to integrate. They were the last team to integrate and have black players on their teams. And so you're getting some good, you try to get some good press out of the name change, and then this drops. Why can't Washington get it right?
Because Washington is not right. Because they're not right. They have never been right. You know what I'm saying? The current owner right now didn't want to change it because of good nature. What it is kind of like what we've always said. If you want people to respect you, it's loss of life or loss of income. Those when you're dealing with those situations, I have to be super revolutionary like that. But when FedEx was like, when they started applying that pressure, they didn't apply the pressure and knock on the door and say, can we have a cup of sugar? No, they put motherfucker Washington in an arm bar. It was like, give up. Uncle, say uncle, nigga. Say uncle. And that's what they did. So that's the reason why I changed. They weren't benevolent. They were not benevolent in this change. No.
Yeah.
They were forced to do it. They were, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if you read into it, no, they weren't doing this right here. And yes, you're dealing with the NFL Boys Club, which I am not going to say that this didn't happen. You got a whole bunch of dudes in power. Again, we talk about power here. This is everything. You got a whole bunch of dudes in power. They're uninstructed. Now, I'm not going to blame the owner for this because, like one of the ladies said when I was watching earlier on the mothership, she was like, I only seen the guy. Maybe I can count on one hand how many times I actually seen him in person. But the people that were there every day working and all that stuff. Guess what? You put these people in power. So his inner circle, it's a bunch of douchebags.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
There's an environment where allow this to go on.
Right. What I'm saying is right here. But if you're dealing with money and you're dealing with a certain type of man with money, you're gonna get this because NFL is a boys club. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're gonna let the women come in, but we want the women to look attractive every time we see them. You know what I'm saying? We want your nails, your makeup, and all that stuff. You put all this pressure on them, and then you go out there and belittle people. Like my thing is just right here. If homeboy was belittling everybody, then he's a dickhead for every employee. But if you're just picking on one person and you're only picking on the females, that's where the issue comes in. And good for everybody that's coming out on a Washington football team doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like this. If you're dickheads, then stop being dickheads. You won't get this trouble.
True.
Pretty much. I mean, I really can't expand on that because that's pretty much the bottom line.
But if this is going on in the Redskins, you have to know that it's going on elsewhere, right? It's just that it's
not the only place.
I look for in the coming weeks for other teams, women in other teams to stand up.
And the attractiveness of a woman doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying, doesn't mean she can't do the job. So however she look, fat, dark skin, light skin, one eye, whatever. If she could, at the bottom line, if she could make me money, I don't care what she looks like. You know what I'm saying? If I'm an owner, you know what I'm saying? If I'm an owner, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I can have as many ugly friends as I want to. I got a bunch of ugly women friends. A bunch of them. Non-attractive ass broads. But guess what? I love them to death. You know what I'm saying? I love them to death. You know what I'm saying? Some of them beards are thicker than mine. But guess what? Guess what? You know what they do? They're friends. And I love them because who they are. Because of the soul of that person. So guess what? Ugly or not. Because some of these motherfuckers on Straight to Tape aren't handsome.
Shit,
they're hard to look at.
I am, goddammit. But cheers.
I don't know what you're talking about, really.
Cheers to all of our unattractive friends that
Yes.
we love.
Cheers to every unattractive person that lives in here.
All of our ugly friends that we love to death. Cheers to you. Cheers to you.
Hey, and what I'm gonna say this right here, and another thing too, I'm gonna tell this right here because what the comment was, I'm gonna say this right here. Women and fellas, we all had that unattractive friend that we called on in time of need.
I can't say the same.
I will neither confirm nor deny the comment.
Somebody got a Slewfoot.
No
You done mess with Slewfoot, Kenny and Keisha. Slewfoot, Kenny and Keisha has been dealt with at, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day.
No, sir.
I can't. I can't.
Somebody hit with the strong hand.
I can categorically deny all my dues is fine.
Let me see pictures. But if you only dealt with 5 dudes in your whole life, you don't count. You know
Have you noticed how all of us pause and look at Keisha like,
you're right.
Right. She only did with 5. Yo, if you like, first of all, you got to have 10 plus. You know what I'm saying? Because your number's too low. It's kind of you shot 300.
I'd like to turn the conversation. What's the next topic?
Where the ugly niggas at?
Oh, now you want to move on.
Now we want to move on. Now we want to move on. Okay.
Y'all talk about my numbers. I don't want to talk about it. Okay. I don't want to talk about it.
Now you want to regulate the topics.
It's easy to shoot 3. Hey, Rob. It's easy to shoot.
Rap.
It's easy to shoot 100%. It's easy to shoot 100% from 3-point when you take 5 threes. You know what I'm saying? That's why they had you had to shoot a certain number of threes when you get the 3-point contest.
Rap, nigga, rap.
Hey, look, okay. But I am gonna rap with something with I know. But look, Keisha, you're right. Okay, we're in a reckoning era. Okay, we're in a reckoning era. You hear what's coming out of Washington. Okay, everybody knows I'm a big wrestling fan, and the speaking out movement that hit wrestling about a month ago is still going on strong. We're going to see this in we're going to see this in pretty much every industry going forward. I mean, hey, look, let's be real. It's time to change, and it's time to be an adult about this shit. For real. Yeah.
Hold up.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
That's why you would be in the same position Dan Snyder's in right now for that shit right there, bro.
That shit right there.
that shit you talking right there will have your ass in the same hot water.
It's amazing that someone can have daughters and say some dumb fucking shit like that. My daddy would never, who has 2 daughters, would never say dumb shit like that. He would never, because he has always empowered us to do whatever the fuck we want to, and giving us the tools that we need to do such. So,
and I want to say this right here, as a father of daughters, as a father of daughters, I don't know what they're gonna, because they haven't hit puberty yet, so they're gonna be they're real cute at this point in time. I don't know what puberty is gonna do to my daughters. And guess what? If my daughter is smart enough and she happened to be a little bit unattractive, guess what? You better give my goddamn daughter the chance, because guess what? Dad is coming up there with the knuckle game, and I'm gonna fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? That's when I'm like, yo, my baby got 3 degrees. She can't get one because her nose a little big. I'm here to fuck you up. I'm gonna kick your ribs in. That's the type of father I am. You're not gonna do that shit to my babies. You know what I'm saying? Because they're a little bit unattractive. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what your baby's gonna look like either. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk about it. Because we all, if you got enough kids, what I'm saying is right here. We all gotta learn something. If you look at your children in the face, you got an ugly. If you got multiple kids,
like
one of your kids is ugly.
Omega, look.
I'm sorry.
Look, I'm gonna leave it at this. My daughter just turned 13.
Right.
We'll talk. Leave it at that. Okay. Okay. So we've had a conversation in regards to reparations before on this show, and it looks like a city in the state of North Carolina is, well, having further talks, even more talks. Okay. So a measure was passed by the City Council of Asheville that will provide funding to promote home ownership and business opportunities, but it did stop short of stipulating direct payments to the African community of that city.
Okay? Yeah, there are no direct payments. The reparations will be funding in areas where there are gaps. So home ownership, basically a litany of things that lend to generational wealth. I have preached that on this show forever. Right. Black people as slaves lost, and then Reconstruction, and then Jim Crow lost the ability to create and maintain generational wealth. It just is a fact. Like, there's an irrefutable fact. So what Asheville is doing is investing in those areas where there are those gaps, and allowing their citizens to start 250 years later to build generational wealth.
Which is not a problem.
They starting it. At least they're starting it.
Like,
right.
Yeah. What do y'all think? I mean, but what do y'all think about this being handled? At the local, at the municipal level, outside of being handled at the federal level? Because I mean, this is a big step. This is a big step for This is a big step for a city to do this. For a city to bring this to the table, and for it to be, voted on and approved.
I mean, if you've been to Asheville, you know it's a touristy spot. You know what I mean? And of late, I would say in the last 4 years or so, I think that blacks have been going up there a little bit more, camping. You know what I'm saying? They got some nice lodges up there. You know what I'm saying? You can scoop down, to Tennessee if you need to. You know what I'm saying?
I love Asheville.
So and I think that is a great thing, and I think that the blacks in that community, if you're giving them see, all right, this is the thing. This is the thing that gets me. A lot of motherfuckers don't want handouts. You know what I'm saying? Just want a hand up. You give me a step to step the fuck up and watch me do what I got to do. It's either I'm going to do it or I'm not going to do it. You feel what I'm saying? And as far as like giving people money, you know what I'm saying? To me, I would rather put that money, I would rather give you it in another way as land, or job opportunities to get yourself up on another position, than to sit here and to give you money, because with money Not saying that all blacks will fuck up loot. I'm just saying that, you know what I'm saying? That's just me personally. I don't.
Lincoln
That's,
Continental.
you know what I'm saying? That's black, whites, anybody. I will never loan you money. I will feed the fuck out you, but I will not lend you money. You know what I'm saying? And so, and that's just me. You know, I figure, hey, if I could build you up on another way, and you could use your mind and expand it and do something else, that's good. Because you know what I'm saying? If you get money, and first of all, you're gonna get that loot, and you're gonna pay your fucking bills off, and you're just gonna, you know what I'm saying, just and go travel and all this shit, and not. I can't give you a bag of money you don't know what the fuck to do with. You know what I'm saying?
I think I totally disagree. I think that if I work for your ass for free, I need my bag, bro. You know what I'm saying? Who cares what I do with my money at the end of the day?
But if I'm giving you land, I'm giving you land and the opportunity to build off of that land. Plus, besides fucking loot, come on,
Here it
man.
is. What I'm gonna do? It's like this. If you give me land, which you should have gave to me in the first place, right? All you're doing is you're giving me what I was owed.
True that.
You know what I'm saying? So when you give me what I was owed, whether that's land, whether that's money or anything like that, okay. Like America is built up. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't know what to do with land. Now, give me the land. I'll flip it and sell my land and then do what I have to do. But what I'm asking for when it comes down to reparations, I don't think, like I said, I'll go back to America. I'm going back to American issue. You know what I'm saying? I'm not asking for the taxpayers, you know what I'm saying, to pay my reparations because I'm also a taxpayer. But I'm saying is this right here. So through reparations is okay. You don't have the money to give me. We understand this, right? So I want, instead of reparations, I want to live tax-free for the foreseeable future for the next 400 years. You know what I'm saying? For anything that you've done, exactly. I need to be tax-free. Or here's another thing. It's easy. Paperwork is easy to trace, right? We can all agree on that. So we could go back to see what companies benefit from slave labor. So what you do is, from the companies, what they do is when they expand, or they have to pay, because like you had the French, Haiti had to pay reparations back to the French. Use that same formula. Okay, all you companies that benefited from slavery, pay a certain percentage of your profits to black people. So that way, you know what it is, because it's $1 trillion. It's what? It's something $1 trillion. But we got what? 10, 20, 30 billion dollar businesses in America right now, or even more, right? If I'm doing the math wrong. So I'm saying, if you give me a percentage over the amount of years for my family, guess what? You can pay off reparations by making those companies and those people, like the cotton industry, my God, sugarcane industry, like niggas, give us 2% every year. All of your profits every year gets split out, and that's how you pay off those reparations until you hit that mark of where it should be at, and then you'll be done in 5 years because you're making so much money.
Yeah, but then you got to understand this too. You got to understand how you're going to get this money. You have to prove. I think it's going to be just like the Indians. If it's amazing that a lot of curly head motherfuckers, Perry, like to go around and say that they got Indian in their family, but really was made by the white man. But anywho, talking about, you know what I'm saying, they're Indian, and they need to prove that they're Indian in order to get these grants and all these motherfucking you know what I'm saying, this money. And and you can motherfucking spit in a damn vial all you fucking want to, fucking damn, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because I did it because I'm 21% European. But anywho, and you have to prove that you have to prove that you're a Native American in order to get that loot. And so, and that's another thing. I don't know. Okay, it's not just all blacks. You have to prove that your family was, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's like this. What I'm saying is, it won't be that hard to prove, bro. If you just do the research, it's not going to be that hard to prove.
It's not easy though, Bishop.
Tico, good point. Don't make me mute you, motherfucker. Okay.
Sounds like we're living in sounds like we're about to be living in the Watchmen era.
I have not seen that series yet. God, man, I'm missing it. Nope.
Get off the show.
And I got rid of my HBO too.
Required
show.
watching. Required
Right.
watching. Definitely. Definitely.
That's crazy, yo. But hey, at least somebody's starting the ball. Somebody did something. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, shit.
And I'm not
It's a
fucking with
start, though. It's
I'm
a
not
start.
fucking with
Let's
your
build on it. Let's build
cursory,
on it.
but theys. Your points may be valid, but they are the exception rather than the rule. So go ahead about your business. Can we move to the next topic? Thanks.
Damn, I feel like a bill
Oh my
trying to become a
goodness.
law.
Lord. God. Yo, Tico.
Yes.
You got anything weird for us today?
Little some.
Little son?
Little some.
Little some. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tico of the weird.
For the benefit of
that intro was fucking weird.
for the benefit of those of you that didn't understand because of Perry's Boost Mobile internet. Welcome
Shut up.
to Tico's Theater of the Weird. And Perry, change the fucking banner.
Fuck y'all.
Thank you.
Fuck y'all. Anyway,
That's what happens when you use that Metro. So
Metro PCS hotspots.
shut up.
Out in the country with no fucking cell towers.
Word up. He got the Boost Mobile. He working off a chirp.
He's got his laptop hotspotted in with his Boost Mobile hotspot.
if you really look at it, P is really in the outhouse. He's in the outhouse in the back.
He froze and shit. He like,
damn y'all.
He froze up.
Damn y'all. Tico's Theater of the Weird, damn it. I mean,
There you
sorry,
go.
motherfuckers.
All right. So a VA staffer had admitted killing 7 patients with insulin in VA. Rita Mize, 46, admitted in court that she purposely killed these veterans by injecting them with unprescribed insulin while she was working overnight shift in West Virginia hospital.
This is not funny weird. This is terrible weird.
I'm sure he's gonna make this fun. I'm sure this is gonna be weird in some form or fashion.
I'm so
It doesn't
scared
sound
right now.
weird
I'm so
so far.
scared. We already skirted across the Jewish issue with no problems now. Like I don't just
proud of you on that, Tico. Proud of you on that. However, this what's weird about it?
All I know is that when you have elderly people inside these, facilities, that you really have to look after your people and take care of them, because things like this can happen, abuse of, elderly people, and all types of stuff. My grandfather, I remember before he passed, they gave him like Viagra and NyQuil to go to sleep. And you ask, why did they give him Viagra and NyQuil? Because he had a problem going to sleep, but he would roll over and fall out the hospital bed, so they gave him the Viagra to stop him.
I know my friend. I know my mailman. I know it. I knew it was coming.
I was trying not to laugh at that shit. I was trying not to laugh at that shit, bro. I was trying, but I you know what? Boy, you stupid as hell.
Oh God, yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, fuck.
Thank you.
Tico's Theater of the Weird.
I hate him.
Either or,
Justin.
Either or.
Yeah.
Can't go either
I hate him. Justin. No, Justin. Fuck you too. But I hate him. Okay. Key, save us, please, baby. Baby, please save us.
So we really never talked about this on the show. So I'm gonna take my verses as an opportunity to talk about entanglements.
And what? What's that? I don't know what entanglements are. What's that?
Well, entanglements are when you're involved with somebody, but you're not really involved with them. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all just fucking, basically. Y'all just fucking.
Yeah, fuck buddies. Cut buddies.
Yeah, fuck buddies. Cut buddies. Yeah. So so this whole Jada Will August thing is kind of intriguing for me. I yeah, it's intriguing to say the least. I'm not gonna give all my personal details away, but but what I find really interesting is not 2 months ago, toxic masculinity was the whole buzzword, right? So women and men who found themselves woke to their masculine femininity or feminine masculinity or whatever you want to call it, we're talking shit on the internet about being like the toxic traits of males, right? Not willing to open up, no access for their partners to their feelings. We're kind of the top 2 tier complaints or indicators of toxic masculinity. But then this man, Will Smith, regardless of what you've heard or seen or whatever on the internet, this man, Will Smith, gets on the internet today to talk about some shit that happened 4 years ago that him and his wife, not girlfriend, not side piece, but him and his wife, the mother of 2 of his children, have already processed and gone through and gone over and cried and cried and cried together over today. And y'all clown the fuck out of him. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. He is being open and honest, and honestly, much more than I would have in the particular situation, because it's nobody's fucking business but theirs. But because, like Will said, Black Twitter got a hold of it, people want answers. They gave y'all answers, and y'all clown the fuck out of him for appearing to be hurt over some shit that happened 4 years ago, and him and his wife have already worked out. Do you want toxic masculinity?
Right.
Or do you want open and honest communication? That's just what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm asking. It's mind-boggling. Because some of the same people I saw clowning Will, I do. Because I have time to go back through their timelines and look about posts about fucking toxic masculinity. Like, which one? Which one is it? Like, Will's actions were the antithesis of toxic masculinity. And then 3 months ago, you're talking about blah, 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 did this and blah, blah, blah. And then when the whole Bootsy thing came down, it's like, blah, blah, blah. He's a toxic male. We need to get away from this, blah, blah, blah. Which one do you want? I choose
People
Will.
don't know what they want. They don't know what the fuck they want. They just and again, it's like this. What you're not doing with the toxic masculinity and everything else, because again, you know what I'm saying? Because we just talked about toxic masculinity on the show with the Redskins. You know what I'm saying? We had comments of toxic masculinity in this shit because we don't want to fucking hire. You know what I'm saying? You can't take it one way and then not the other. Like, I'm with Will Smith. I'm the type of person like this. My wife cheated on me. I'm not leaving, nigga. I like my couch. You know what I'm saying? I'm about being comfortable in my space. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Jerry, if you come through, is it Tuesday already, Jerry? Well, don't play my Xbox on my profile, sir. You know what I mean? You fucking up my kill death ratio. I'll shoot you over that shit. But at the end of the day, it's like this. Will Smith is stronger than 90% of people that discredit him.
Yep.
Because what it is this right here. When that man took his vows, people didn't say, you know what I'm saying, love had to be a certain way, because what we're dealing with is this right here. First of all, we're dealing with a concept of monogamy, right? Some people are non-monogamous people, are born that way. Let's talk about that. Some people are born non-monogamous. Some people are build into it. So what it is, when we start thinking about that aspect of maybe some people aren't born monogamous. So guess what? If you love a person, you meet them where they are. You say, okay, if you're not, then let's customize our relationship so that way we can still be happy. Because what it is right here, we all know that sex and love are two different things. Mm-hmm. Now, just because you want to put more emphasis in when you have sex with somebody, because you got some people that when you have sex with them, then they automatically your girlfriend or boyfriend. That's not the case. Mm-hmm. That's not the case. You know what I'm saying? Who has married their high school sweetheart?
There's some, but not many.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about on straight to tape. Who like the dude who?
Oh hell no!
The person you lost your because if we talk about for real the way y'all got everything set up, you should be married to the person you lose your virginity to. If you want to talk about if monogamy actually works, let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Sex and love is combined. No, but it is
once again, hell no.
Right. You don't like your person that because she was
no. We still talk. He's friend. We're friends.
But I'm saying, but it's okay. But y'all still friends.
That's
what I'm saying. That's you because you only got 5 people to talk to anyway, so it don't really count.
That's
you know
what I mean?
Right.
When
you only got
he's my little caramel. I got a chocolate drop. Rob's my chocolate drop, and he's Bishop is now my caramel drop today.
Right. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? So some people are not monogamous. So what it is, if you love a person, you should be able, because people are like, you only can love one person. No, you can love multiple people. You do it every day in your life. You love your mother, your cousin.
Every day.
Your cousin, your friends, and everything like that.
But people don't subscribe to that for whatever reason, which is fine. But don't talk about male toxicity and then sham will when he like gives it up, like he gives up all of the emotion and the hurt and stuff. And yes, they're actors, but still, like some of y'all ain't never been in a relationship past 1 or 2 years. It's obvious. Some of y'all have never
fucked down
for your relationship, and that shit either works out or doesn't work out. It is quite apparent. So basically, just shut up talking about shit you have no idea about. These people are putting in the work, I think, for all,
and they don't
for all that I've seen. Right.
And what I'm saying is,
they don't want to see the work. Guess what? They don't want to see the work, man.
Guess what Will Smith and Jada did when they got separated? Guess what happened? We didn't know nothing about that shit.
Exactly.
That is right there.
4 years later, saying, "Oh, we were separated." Then we were like, "When?
What? When y'all separated?
Yo, what?
Right?
You when?
That's something that we should all take from this. The reason why relationships don't work, most relationships don't work, because you go out there and you talk to your people. You know what I'm saying? It's like this. Relationships are in-house. You know what I mean? If you have a problem in-house, you go talk in-house. If you got to go talk to somebody else, you take that house and you move that to that person. You don't go to single Karen or single Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? You don't talk to bitter Rob. You know what I'm saying? You don't talk to bitter Perry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate, you know what I'm saying? I never liked you anyway. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you don't take your relationship out of, you deal with your relationship issues within. And then that's when it comes down to communication. Because if you communicate the fact, guess what? You can also have a Will and Jada relationship with both of you. Because a lot of times, like, so let's be real. A lot of times in relationships, both of y'all motherfuckers is cheating. Now, if you would have did this right here, if you would have pulled it out and said, you know what? I feel like fucking somebody else a little one. Every month, you know what y'all do? Y'all come up with a system. Every month on the 20th, we go out there and get some. We get some strange, come back to the joint, and then we good. You know
and that's your business. That's your business.
20th. But why do you pick the 20th though? Is there something special about the 20th? I'm just curious.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? For you know what I mean? It's tomorrow.
It's
you know
tomorrow.
What I'm saying? Get it on a Monday.
Is the wife watching? Is she watching?
Do Monday peen count? It don't really count if you do it on a Monday. You know what I'm saying? It's only weekend. It's when the weekends is.
yes, she was, Jamal. Yes, she
was.
Hey,
Justin, if you're still watching, send me his wife phone number.
The fuck she was.
Exactly.
Yes, she was.
You're right.
But here's the thing.
You're right. Here's my impersonation of Jamal.
Yo, it's all in fun, man. It's all in fun.
So it
But
is.
love you.
It is.
She was ugly to the motherfucker.
right.
I'm sorry.
It
She was
is,
ugly as shit.
like for
She
real.
walked in the room like this. Hello.
Yo, y'all, that damn Deion Cole when he talks about the threesome he had and the basketball chick, yo, that's
that's
so
Yo,
funny.
yo.
Oh my god, it's so funny. Anyway, to close, what happens? I'm gonna close with Bishop's thoughts. God, what happens in your relationship is your business. They let us peek, just a small peek into what happened in their relationship, and the melee that ensued is embarrassing. Like we want a woman wants a man to express himself and be able to express himself. Somehow they felt compelled to do that on the internet in front of millions of people. More power to them. Right.
25 million people.
Right. And more. So more power to them. But understand when you position yourself in a way that you're making fun of this emotional revolution, entanglement, right? Then you're basically putting bad vibes out there, because if I as a woman, a single woman, want a man to come to me and be able to express himself emotionally, financially, sexually, all of that. But y'all out here making fun of this man who is quite clearly rich as fuck. He don't give a fuck about what y'all think. And y'all are clowning him over some shit that happened 4 years ago. Just remember that. Second thing to this whole thing is that based on what Jada says, she hasn't talked to August in 4 years, and this nigga dropped a diss track today. So just be mindful of who you choose to be these partners. If they're the caliber of people that you could still remain friends with or not, just be mindful, y'all.
Like
just be mindful.
At the end of the day, yo, you should always be able to have sex with somebody and then be friends after. That's the way I look at it. You know what I'm saying? Because you cut that part off, because what people don't understand is this, right? You got to compartmentalize stuff. You put so much emotion into sex because you listen to the R&B records and all that shit. That's why, you know what I'm saying, you should fuck the Wu-Tang. So, but I mean, it's like this. When you put so much emotional part into it, it's like this, because you act like once you stop having sex, that person stops being right. That person stops being the cool person that they was with you while you was having sex. They're still that same person. You just not having sex with them anymore. It's as simple as that. You make an agreement as a fucking adult, say, hey, I'm not sticking my pee in your poon anymore. Let's go ahead and rock out and go to a theme park and fucking shoot at ducks. Let's have a great time because we had a great time. Let's still play. You know what I'm saying? It's like this. What people don't understand is you're being stupid. You're being stupid when you saying you're willing to lose a friendship that you've had because you had sex with someone and y'all stop having sex. The fuck out of here. Get out of my face.
I bomb atomically. I bomb atomically.
You know what I enjoy?
I don't want to do that.
I like
what, bomb atomically?
Either what you or him.
I'm like,
but go ahead.
Like when I'm at Target or something like that, and I just happen to see somebody like I used to just, you know what I'm saying, smash back in the days, and they like with their family, not with the husband and them, just with their family, with their kids and stuff, and they be like, hey, Tika, I'm like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, what's good with you? Like, fine, it's good to see you. And I'm like, it's good to see you too. You know
that brings up a story.
I almost didn't recognize you because you know what I'm saying. Your legs went behind your fucking back. But anyway,
you are bad. Can we mute him?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Wait. I have a story. I have a story. Tico, baby,
that
have a story.
Note to everybody that everybody's been fucked, and don't think because your girlfriend, whoever you're with, that when you're walking down the street and you pass somebody said, you know what, I knew the back of her head was familiar.
So
I hate
shut up. Out of my 5 that Bishop says I have, number 2 or 3 was this dude. Met him at Kamikazes. We used to stare at each other across the room all the time, so we ended up getting together, right?
Right.
So
how could you see through all the smoke? That's back in the day when we could smoke
right,
black and miles.
smoke in there. Yeah,
And-
you could burn
and
black and miles.
you were looking hard as hell.
And PD.
She was in the middle of a story. Let's go.
Anyway,
Go ahead.
so he's not one of my 5 because, like, we get there to his house. He lived in Gorman Crossing.
Don't tell that man business.
Yeah. Don't talk about Gorman Crossings.
Hey, look,
Everybody lived there.
Gorman Crossing is the scene of some of the most ratchet shit
Shut up, Tico. I mean, shut up, Rob. Shut up.
known to man.
Shut up.
I have seen more ratchetry in Gorman.
Can I tell my story? Can I tell my
Okay,
story?
go ahead.
Go ahead.
So get there, whatever. He's like, it's all dark. He's got tons of candles lit, like to more than I ever seen. I'm like 22 years old, probably at this point. And so we like matriculate, drink some wine, talk, listen to some music, of course.
How old was this nigga?
He's like, we're like the same age.
Wow, he was advanced. Go ahead.
Yeah, he
Well,
was.
he had boom phones.
Right, it might have been. Tico.
Did you ever see the bottle?
No,
That's what all the guys bought. We all bought booms phones.
I know you did. So I have lots of male friends. I knew better. So I lay down on the bed and this nigga basically pours hot wax on my back from one of the candles.
Ooh.
Unannounced, uncleared. He pours hot wax on my back.
Violence.
I get up.
I got the pause.
Wu-Tang torture out this motherfucker. Damn.
Keep feeding you and
I'll
feeding
take some hot candle wax and pour it on your back and
Oh,
let
man.
it sizzle on your spine like.
Who does that?
So fast
Who does
forward. Listen. I'm like, basically, this is why he's not one of my 5, because I get up and I leave. I go back to my house, right? Like, I don't think I ever talked to him again.
Oh man.
Until probably 7 years ago at the fairgrounds, got to be NC, walking around,
He probably
pull up my barbecue sandwich.
He probably found
And it's wax God.
I hear
Wax God.
I hear Keisha. Yo, I don't even remember dude's name, y'all. I don't
Wax
remember
God.
dude's
Yo,
name.
shout out to the Wax
Look,
God.
Wax
look.
God.
I don't.
Yo.
I don't. And I hope he's
Yo.
not watching. He could very well be watching.
Yo,
and
Rob.
I have no idea.
Yo,
but-
Rob. That from the cooling of the wax on her back, he's sitting there got a mold of her fucking back. Sitting there, motherfucker got that shit.
But he was there.
A mold of her back crease.
Yeah, right in the back of that crease. Got that crease. He's sitting there holding on to that shit.
Yeah.
I bet when he saw you had a sundress on, didn't you?
I
Yo,
did.
when I-
I did. I was with
See?
friends and my
See?
kids, and he was with his kids, and it was just
See?
like kind of like.
See? He saw your back. You walked past him, didn't you?
Yeah.
Then he said, "Hey,
Tico.
King." I told you.
Tico.
It reminds me of a story.
Shut up, Tico. He sniffs
Do
that
it.
mold.
Do it.
He sniffs that mold on the 20th of each month.
The
Oh
20th
my God,
each month.
20th each
The
month.
20th of each month. Shut up, Tico. Shut up.
That shit just ended like a bomb ass comedy skit. Cut it off. We done. We done.
Oh my
Hey.
God. Oh my
Hey,
God.
I love y'all,
Ladies,
man. I love
ladies
y'all,
and
man. I
gentlemen.
love y'all.
Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen. What Rob?
I'm looking at Jamal comment. Fuck that. BBWs got some of the best.
Shit.
Bruh.
Oh.
Hey.
Cheers to the fat chicks, bruh. They got some of the best.
I've always had the golden. Whether
Well,
I've been 115 pounds and I've been close to 200, it's always the same. If it's
Look,
good,
look, that thing can marinate whenever your thighs got to say excuse me to each other when you walk. You know what I'm
different
saying?
type.
You know that thing marinate. When that motherfucker right leg be like, excuse me.
When she got the
Excuse me,
sugar,
when that thing-
it's a different type of
whole
wet.
different ball game. Whole different ball game.
Jamal, don't knock it till you tried it, boy. I'm
Oh,
trying to
dude.
tell you,
he
boy.
can't. He's married, friends.
Look,
Oh
When
yeah, I
Get
get
you
you.
a Jill Scott.
Look,
No disrespect to your wife, man. My bad. my
when
bad.
you're big and you know they got them cankles and they feet black, and you know because you know what I'm saying the sugar,
Whoa.
all the sugar, because
Whoa.
you know they feet black, and you know all that sweetness is like it's like a watermelon. It's all that sweetness that moved up.
I think we're talking about two different big girls.
First of all,
me and Rob are talking about two
Perry,
different
cut
big
the show off.
girls.
Cut the show off.
Ladies
First of all,
and gentlemen,
I
Perry,
ain't
cut the show off.
smashing
go ahead, Rob.
nobody with black feet. All right, okay, with the black under bottom of the feet is black and cankles. Yeah, hell no, fuck that.
Oh wait,
Man.
Rob's got to give a shout out to the
Well,
the
actually, yeah.
comments.
Rob, give some love, please, right now, please. Damn it, I'm sorry, motherfucker.
I just want to say to the people in the comments and the people that are watching live, y'all could have been anywhere doing anything, but y'all hung out with our dumb asses.
Thank you.
And to
Thank
put
you.
up with the shit that you have heard today, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts sincerely for hanging around this motherfucker, man. Listen, man. So anyway, I gotta shout out some of y'all. Jimmy is in the building, my man. Jimmy, what's up, homie? Of course, Rav, Jamal came through, Karsten, Jeremy, Candace, always. It's always the usual gang of idiots, and I call y'all idiots with the sincerest of love and affection. Candace in the building, Lynn came through, you know what I'm saying? Who else, man? Latricia was in the house. So just, you know, Justin came through. Everybody that came through in the comments. Karen missed her. She was taking a nap again. Karen, you gotta start setting your alarm clock.
I mean, really.
Karen got severe narcolepsy. She be in a like.
No, she doesn't work. She works. So
Karen,
she
can
can
look at
come
the
back.
replay.
She can look at the replay, but we
Look at the
like her here in her
Yeah,
like
we
she's
do.
a good
We do.
commenter. So like
Yeah.
but she works.
Yeah, Karen. Yeah.
Thanks, Karen. Thanks for hopping on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chad in the building. Yeah, fuck you, Chad. Talking about I got bodied by some soda, which I did.
You did.
I did. He
did.
didn't lie. He didn't lie. So anyway, man, if I missed you, man, you know what I'm saying. You know, just charge it to my head, not to the heart. Thank you for everybody that came through. Thank you for always supporting Straight to Tape. Like I said, regardless of how vehemently we disagree, man, we love all of y'all for following us and supporting us and all that type of good stuff, man. And yeah, thank y'all.
Yep. Thank y'all. Fuck you, Justin. I ain't forgot. Okay. I'm probably I might harass your motherfucking ass on Wednesday night. And
Do it. We gonna bring you in.
This little corner right here is for the BBWs with pretty feet.
Hey.
Diabetic toes. Almost put
Ladies and gentlemen.
Anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on Straight to Tape. Remember, okay, you can check us on all of our podcasting platforms. Check us on our social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, IG. All right. Yo, Bishop, what you got going on Tuesday, bro?
Yo, next Wednesday I'm gonna be on.
Did I say Tuesday? I meant Wednesday. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I know you've been drinking. I know you've been drinking, and your Wi-Fi is terrible. But listen, I want to say this right here. Like, Intelligently Ratchet is going down on Wednesday. We're probably going to revisit some of the shit we talked about today, because guess what? They just happened to come on before us. So
right.
if you want to hear a different perspective and the same perspective of Bishop Omega, come on out. We're going to have some fun with it. We also are still looking for a female host for Intelligently Ratchet. So any ladies out on Straight to Tape, if you're willing to get your podcast on the same format or whatever, you want to get your shit off, please go ahead and send us a message on the Intelligently Ratchet at Intelligently Ratchet on IG. We're looking for a female host, or we're just going to have to give it to Keisha. So it's one of the things. If you're tired of seeing Keisha on your podcast, come on in. You know what I'm saying? It's time to change. So we're going to put her on there anyway, because she's the most valuable person that we have outside of Tico, but he cut his titties off. So that's what it is.
Yeah.
Rob, I'll let you answer that. Answer that.
I love you, bro, but I will beat your ass. Yeah.
Pretty much.
You cannot have Keisha. Tico, stop rubbing your nipples, nigga. Damn.
But that,
gonna stop
hey,
it.
that
Stop
means I
it.
have to like be camera ready on a Wednesday night at 9:00. Does that sound
Yup.
like me?
That sounds. I'm telling you, or you're not. Listen, I don't care how you look, because again,
I
you're
mean, I
attractive.
care,
Your
though. I don't
attractiveness
care that you
does
don't care.
not mean that you can't do the job. You know what I'm saying? Listen, all you got to do is put on whatever you're doing right now. You know what I mean? You are fresh face. I love your face. I like the way you got good bone structure. The way you knew the place between your nose and your lip, that looks real sexy. But I'm gonna say this right here: if you are tired of hearing hip hop mom, come on out and take her job from you. You know what I'm saying? We about voting against hip hop mom for being on television.
Look, I got votes. I got votes in the comments, yo. I got votes. Default. Actually, I'm gonna get a
I'll
t-shirt that
say
says
this.
default on it. Let me take my.
I have a suggestion for your female co-host.
Yes, sir.
However, I want to get with her directly before I put that out there.
You married.
You stop. You better stop getting in here trying to get numbers off my co-host.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
I trust Rob. Hey, Rob, you talk to the female host. We'll give you the Rob. You know what I'm saying?
You trust me?
Yeah, I trust you.
Okay.
You
All right.
trust
You got to know worthy.
You trusting the wrong motherfucker. Trust
But he
me
got
on
softer
that.
hands. He got softer hands or whatever. You know what I mean? I feel like
yeah, he does have soft hands.
These hands are made for loving.
I didn't do it. That wasn't me. I didn't say that. I didn't say that today. I didn't say it.
Yes, you brought it up earlier. Yes, you did.
Man.
I mean, there's a whole like cut. That's 2 hours ago, yo. Come on.
Okay.
Nah, man, I love y'all, man, for real.
Twitter age.
All right, well, look, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, look, we're gonna end the show a little bit differently today, okay? Because we did lose an icon yesterday, okay?
Yeah.
Guys, courage is defined as the choice and the willingness to confront agony, pain, danger, uncertainty, or intimidation. Few of us have real courage. The courage to set out at an early age on a path to keep focus on that purpose. The courage to want freedom for you and your people when all around you, you know, people are yelling at you for being undeserving. The courage to hold to the belief in a more just country, even when that country doesn't believe in you. The courage to represent that country in glowing fashion over the course of your entire life. The courage is to fight the good fight. John Lewis embodied courage. He wanted more from his people. He wanted more from his country.
He's one of the reasons why we're able to be here doing this today.
Thank you. We honor him and are motivated by his courage. We remember his courage, and we will continue the fight.
And
ladies and gentlemen,
I wanna before you do that, not only to as an extension of my previous comment, not only is he one of the reasons why we are able to be here today, but anybody that looks like us, because previously they would have just slapped brown paint on their faces and done it themselves. So despite your contradicting opinions on things, John Lewis is one of the reasons why your black ass is able to be on media and have all of those followers. Let's go.
So rest in peace to John Lewis. Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep up the fight. We out. We'll see you next week.
Yo, man.
Take care.